Today is our first lesson with Excel, and we're just going to get started with the basic structure of a spreadsheet in Excel, and we'll create a spreadsheet where we write some very simple formulas. On the calendar, it's right here. It's Excel number 1, Structure and Formulas. And when we get into the assignment, there is a help page over here, Business Technology, and this Jimmy John's link right here is the assignment that we're going to be working on today. Before we get into that assignment, I'm going to hop over here to Excel and just show you kind of what it looks like when it's set up. Excel is made of rows and columns, and so you can kind of see that like here's column A and B and C, and it works right across there, and then like row 5 is going right across here. Here's row 7, and they're all marked over here on the side. Now the other thing that is true about a spreadsheet is anywhere that a column and a row intersect is called a cell. For example, this cell that I just marked right here is E9. All right, it's column E and it's row 9, so this would be known as E9, and that's how you name a cell. All right, and you can put information in these cells. You can put words, you can put numbers, but the big thing about a spreadsheet is that we're going to use the spreadsheet to make calculations. We want it to kind of do the math that we want to do for us so that we don't have to do it ourselves. That's kind of a nice thing. All right, so let me show you what we're going to be working on here today. I'm going to just open up a kind of an example of where we're headed. We're going to use the idea of like Jimmy John's subs. All right, so you'll be making something like this today. I've got a title up at the top, Jimmy John's Sub Shop, so sub so fast you'll freak. And then we've got some sandwiches listed right here. We've got some days of the week listed right here. And then you can see where it says sandwich total right here. Well, what's happening here is I just made these numbers up. I just plugged these in. And I'm going to do a quick run through on this so you see how to do it. But I just made these numbers up. But the Excel, the computer, is doing the calculations down here, where we're figuring out like how many total turkey toms did we sell, how many vetoes did we sell, how many beach clubs did we sell. You know, the computer is doing the calculation for me. I'm not doing that math. It figured out all that for me. Same thing like how many sandwiches did we sell on Monday? Well, down here it says daily total and it says 137. Well, the computer is doing the math. So I'm going to lead you through an example of how to do this today, and then I want you to try it out and turn it in when you get it done. So I'm going to close those examples that I had there and get rid of this. All right, and all the instructions are on the handout, and I'm going to do this little demo to kind of show you the way. First of all, now when you click, and I think you can see it just at the bottom of your movie window. When you hit your Windows key, you'll see the little green icon with the X here. That's Excel, or you could start typing EXC, and up there it is. It finds it for you. So that's what we're looking for. It's Excel 2013. When you start the program up, it's going to look like this, and we're just going to do a blank workbook. Right here it says a blank workbook, and that's what we're going to make. So we'll just go ahead and click there where it says blank workbook, and we're ready to go. All right. Now, these where you see A, B, C, D across here, these are the columns. If you point your mouse right in between the column dividers there where you see those little lines, you can make those a little bit wider if you want to. That's kind of up to you. You can stretch those columns out, make them a little wider if you wish. That really, you kind of do what you want there. You stretch it out a little bit, just right on the line, and you just click and drag to kind of stretch it out some if you want to. I'm going to start this off by just putting like a title right up here. I'm just going to say Jimmy John's Subs. All right. Now you could take that text, and you'll see right up here, it's just like Microsoft Word. I could make that text bigger if I wanted to. I could change the font if I wanted to. You know, you can do all of those kinds of things if you wish. And I'm going to pull this down just a little bit. There we go. As soon as I click in another cell, that shows I can change the color of that. You know, if I drag over that, here's text color right here. So you can make that a different color if you want. And I could come right here, and if you want to put kind of a little subtitle here, subs so fast you'll You'll get my punctuation correct. Freak. Sub so fast you'll freak. Okay, there we go. And you know, you can kind of make whatever you want. You don't have to do the same thing as me there. You can just kind of doctor that up however you want. But now here's what we really do want to do. All right, you ready? Here we go. This is the real work of the thing. I'm going to ask you to take, I'm going to click down here at about cell A7, and I got to think of 5 sandwiches. All right, well, now you could, do sandwiches that they really sell at Jimmy John's if you want, like the Vito and the Beach Club and the Hunters Club. And you could go to jimmyjohns.com and look at their menu if you want, or you can just say ham, turkey, beef, peanut butter, make up sandwiches. If you don't know the name of them, make them up. It's okay. Make them up if you want to. So I've got 5 sandwiches right here. All right. Now the next thing I want to do is right here above the first sandwich name, I put a Vito right here. You might have something different, but right here above that I'm going to move over 1, because now what I want to do is put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday here. So I'm going to start typing Monday, okay, and just you can just use your arrow key to move over, or you can click with the mouse to move over here. So this is going to be Tuesday, and here we have Wednesday. And we're going to get in here Thursday, and we need Friday. Now the other thing that we need here, and I'm going to widen out this next cell a little bit here, make it a little bit bigger. I want this to say this is going to be like for the week total. I want this is where we're going to calculate. Okay, how many Vitos did we sell all week? All right, so I'm going to put a label up there that says week total. Now I'm also going to do right down here below Pepe. I have the Pepe sandwich. You see my sandwiches right here. Right below that one, I'm going to do a daily total. How many sandwiches did we sell on Monday? We're going to figure that out. All right, so I've got like a title up here and a little subtitle right here. I've got 5 sandwiches. And we're just going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're not going to worry about Saturday and Sunday. So we must set it up that way. Now right down here past Friday, the week total. Okay, and then right down here below the 5th sandwich, whatever, you can name the sandwiches whatever you want. Right here, daily total. All right, what's our next job? Our next job is to make up some numbers. All right, and don't make them huge. Don't put like 10 million. Don't do that. But let's pretend. How many Vitos did I sell on Monday? I'll say 32. How many on Tuesday? 25. How many? 16. How many? 45. How many? 47. Now, don't put the week total yet. Don't do this one. All right. This right here where it says week total. Don't do that one yet. We're going to do that later. All right. Let's do beach clubs here. How many beach clubs? 12. 15. 34, and just make the numbers up. Make them up. Come up with numbers. All right, and just do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for each one of these sandwiches. Okay, now we had a little pause there, and while I finished the numbers, because I didn't want to spend, you don't need to sit there and watch me just plug in numbers, but this is what we want. For each of the 5 sandwiches, I've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Right? And I did it for each one. Here's for the Beach Club, and then here's the Hunters Club. And again, your sandwich names might be different, but it works the same way. All right, so there we go. See that? See that? So now we're really coming down the home stretch. We don't have much left to do. What are we going to do now? We're going to do some calculations. What I want to make the computer do now is, let's pretend you're the manager of the store, and you want to say, well, okay, how many Vitos did we sell? And you might have a different sandwich there, but how many Vitos did we sell this week? Well, here's what you do. Click here, right in the middle of that cell. Just click there and drag your mouse right across there, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and get over to this one where it says week total right here. And come right up here to where it says auto sum. Well, it's as simple as that. This is just auto sum is just going to tell the computer, it's going to tell Excel, take those numbers, the 32 and your numbers might be different, but that's okay. The 32, the 25, the 16, add them all up. Just let me see the total. Boom. All right, see, it did the math for me. And even if I come back here like on Thursday and say, oh, you know what, whoops, wait a minute, we sold 50 that day. So I change it. I make it say 50 and I hit the tab key and oh, look, it updated over here. It changed automatically because it knows it just needs to look at those numbers and add them up. And it's doing the calculation for me. All right, well, let's just do the same thing on the others. Here's the beach club. I'm going to click right here, drag right across, and I want to find out how many beach clubs did we sell. Well, so I just come up here to the auto sum button. Bam, there it is. I get 136. Your numbers are probably going to be different. Hunters Club, all right, click right here, hold the mouse button down, drag right across to here. Okay, here we go. Come up here to where it says auto sum, bam, right there. Okay, 186 of those. Let's finish this off. Just drag right across there. Auto sum, drag right across here, and auto sum. Not done with formulas yet, but these are good formulas. This is telling me how many of each sandwich that I sold during the week. All right, now let's do Monday's total. If we go right here to Monday and I drag straight down, remember I put this thing down here that says daily total. So I want Excel to take these 5 numbers and add them up. All right, well, that's just an auto sum. Same thing here, auto sum. Same thing here, auto sum. Same thing here, auto sum, and the same thing for Friday, auto sum. And we could even do an auto sum for the entire week. We could say, okay, let's take all of those sandwiches and add them up and see what we sold there. All right, pretty easy, right? Now the last thing that you can do a little bit of is some things like this. What if I want to take these things up here, let's say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I want to center them. Oh, you got all these things up here that you can do to format it a little bit. Like I could center that, I could make that bold if I wanted to. I could take these and I could make them bold. I could even move them over to the right-hand side of that column if I wanted to. I could drag over all these numbers and say, let's center those. Let's put them in. You kind of format it the way you want. You can change fonts if you want to. Now here's another kind of cool thing. I could drag over a section of that and go to this little bucket button that's right here and say, well, let's fill that up with a different color. And then, you know, maybe I could drag over this one and say, I'm going to fill that up with a little bit darker blue, kind of like that. And then here, and you could do whatever colors you want. You know, I'm going to go back to the lighter blue, and then here I'm going to drag over that section, and I'm going to go back to the darker blue. So you see the idea here. I can kind of make my spreadsheet look pretty by playing around with some fill colors and things like that. All right. And there we go. So hey, that's looking pretty good. Right? Looks pretty good. I've got my title up here, little subtitle. My sandwiches are listed right here. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The week total, the daily total, all the calculations are in. I even made it look pretty. Wow. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to build something like this. I want you to try it. I want you to get Excel started and just try to do something like what you see right here. Do remember that all the steps of this are on. They're on my handout if you need them. All right. Now saving would work like this. You would go File and go to the File tab and go to Save As, and you want to get to your network drive. Well, you might have to click on Computer right here, and you might have to browse right here and look for your network drive, which is Drive H, right? And you could just name this. You could call it Jimmy John's, or you could call it Excel number 1. You know, you just need to give it a name and save that. And then on Schoology, it's up here ready for you. Excel number 1, intro, structure, formula. That's where you want to turn it in. All right, so if you get this all done, you turn it in right there on Schoology. Well, folks, as we say, I'm bailing and you're sailing. It's your turn to try it. So give it your best shot.